everyone and welcome back to my channel. And today I thought I'd go through a few beauty tips of mine, my daily makeup routine. And as you can see, I've already made my face up today. It's a very natural look. But what I'd like to show you in the following video is how to apply your concealer, your foundation, how to do your eyebrows, winged eyeliner effect, all the basics really. Any problem areas that you have or problems, or areas of makeup where you really struggle, I'm hoping that the following tutorial will help you with those areas. So if you do like the following video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up. That'd be great. See you soon. So here I am, I'm quite pale without any of my makeup on, and the first tip I'm going to show you is how to conceal any pigmentation problems that you've got. And as you can see, I've got some hyperpigmentation on my forehead. The first thing I'm going to do is cover the areas of concern. So I'm going to do my concealer first, and I'm going to show you my little tip on how to get the concealer right and so that it doesn't look too cakey. Okay, so I'll start putting my concealer on now. So I'm going to go for the Urban Decay foundation, all-nighter foundation, just to cover the areas that I'm concerned about. Okay, I'll just put a little bit on the back of my hand, dab some onto a brush, and then I just pat onto the areas that I don't like, the areas that I want to hide. And as you can see, that's now hidden the pigmentation I've got on my forehead. Quite happy with that. I only put a light amount on. I don't want it to look cakey, it's just a very thin film on top of my skin. So I do that first, and then for the under eye area I go for a lighter colour, and I'm going to go for it is colour 5 in the Urban Decay All Nighter. I use this for my under eye concealer and it's quite light in colour, so I'll give this a go and I'll show you what I mean. Put a little bit here. Just put a little bit in the corners of the eyes as well, and on the top of the eyelid, so you've got a nice base when you put your makeup on. Because it's a lighter shade that I'm putting on my hair, I put a little bit here just to highlight the bridge of my nose. So there's my concealer, all nicely blended in. So what you'd normally do when you put your concealer on is you whack loads of translucent powder on that to set it, but I don't do that. First of all, I would put some setting spray onto the concealed area, and that makes a lovely base for your makeup, and it's just very nice and smooth around the eye area. So if you have any lines around the eyes, by setting it with the spray, it will actually make a much smoother base to put your powder on top. Okay, so what I would normally do, I would spray some of this on the backs of my hand, and just with my fingertips I would pat around that area, and that actually puts and sets the concealer perfectly. You could also do that wherever you've put any concealer to hide anything else. Okay, as you can see, that's quite wet, so you need to fan it and dry that off. Okay, you then can put your setting powder. But before I put any setting powder on, I'm going to put my foundation on. Okay, so the foundation is now done, as you can see, a bit of a blank canvas. So now I'm going to start on my eyebrow, my usual eyebrow pencil, and I go for a sort of dark brown colour. And create a much fuller eyebrow. And what I would do is I would start at the top, about here. Don't know if you can see that, here. And I would pencil just above the brow to create a fuller look. Can you see what I've done already? So I go above the brow, because if I go below, it's going to make the eye area look smaller and I'll look more tired. So I'm trying to lift the brow and make it fuller. And the highest point should be, I think, at the center of the eye. So you make a V at the top and then you come down again. So there you can see, that is my eyebrow shape. And that's the shape I'm going to go for on the second eyebrow. Start again at the top. Center of the eye, try and raise it a little bit and go down. To set the eyebrow and to give it a little bit more definition, I always use an eyebrow gel. This one I'm using is Kaale, I think it's chocolate. Soft brown actually. This is an Avon one. It's one that I just purchased recently, and it's quite good actually, and quite inexpensive. I think it's only about £3.50, but it's equally as good as the other one that I use, which is the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyebrow gel. And I use this just to give a little bit more definition on the area that I've just done. So with the pencil, you've set the area that you want, and with the gel, just going over it. Do the other one. I think you need a steady hand to do this, but years of practice, and that's fine. That needs to be a little bit harder. And now I'm going to finish my eyes. Okay, so now we're going to do the winged eyeliner. Now I always wear an eyeliner on the top of my eyes, on the eyelash area, on the top there. It gives my eyes some definition, and otherwise my eyes just look lost. So what I'm going to use today is the Revolution eyeliner. It's a liquid eyeliner. Like that with a fine little brush. You can see that, and hopefully you can see what I'm doing, because it's a bit awkward doing this in the camera, but I'll show you. I start at the top of the eyelash, need a steady hand. I usually start halfway along and I dab along the eyelash, top of the eyelash area. You can just keep going back and forth until you get it right. So as you can see, I'm just going along the top of the eyelash area. Now you can either stop there and do a flick and go up and then colour it in. But what I tend to do, it all depends on the shape of your eye really. I've got sort of almondy shaped eyes, and I don't have a hooded eye or anything like that. So it's quite straightforward for me to follow the top of the lash line and just curve it up slightly. I'll show you how I do mine. So I'm on the top of the lash area, and then I go like this and I curve it up. You see that? So that's that. It curves it up and it just gives my eyes some more definition. Put a little bit more down here and finish off. I'll do the other eye. See that? I'm just going to curve it up. You've got to make sure that both eyes are symmetrical, so you haven't got one going up like this and one going straight across. You can kind of correct it. You could use a cotton bud and try and correct it. It's best to get it done the right way first time, really. Otherwise you get lots of smudge marks, it just looks messy. But I can see how I've curved that one there, and it's just slightly up. So I'm going to do the same with this one. So there you go. And for the lower lash, I think I'm going to use an eyeliner. Currently I'm using an Avon sort of plum colour, sort of gel eyeliner. It's called a gel eyeliner just simply because it glides on. It's a very nice smooth eyeliner to use. And I just go underneath the bottom lash, go straight across. Like that. You can see that. For this one. So I'm just going to pop a bit more mascara now that I've done the bottom eyeliner. I'm just going to put some mascara on. And that one. The tops as well. And those are the eyes more or less done. Quite simple. Right, so now we're going to go on to a bit of contouring, and I'll finish with my blush and my lipstick, and that'll be the end result. I think we should go on to the contouring now, and what I would usually do, I don't use conventional contouring creams or palettes or anything like that. I tend to go for what I think suits my skin tone best, and I think sometimes with the palettes, the contouring tends to make your skin look slightly bruised and too severe. I don't like that look. So what I tend to do, I go for a bronzer. So I would either use something like this, which is the bronzer by Too Faced, and it's a dark chocolate colour. That's a really good one, especially if I'm quite dark in the summertime. I use that one to contour. I also go for this one, which is my Yves Saint Laurent, expensive one. It's nearly finished actually, and that's a lovely bronzer, and I use that sometimes for contouring. The cheapest one that I'm using at the moment is a True Match bronzer, and it looks like that. And that's under £10. And this colour, I can't actually see it. I think it's just called Dark Neutral or something like that. But for me, these work best for contouring. So I'll show you what I do. I tend to go for a flat brush like this because I make angular strokes and then I blend afterwards. So I'll show you, I'll dip the powder, just a nice straight line there. And as you can see, that's a nice bronzy colour. And once blended, it provides contour, but it doesn't look muddy or, you know, too harsh. There we go. See? And then I'll go down the sides of my nose, just straight sweeping strokes like that. Gives my nose a nice sleek angular look. And then just along the hairline, I dab some bronzer just to give my forehead a bit of warmth. Like that. Oh. So then all I would do is blend in the bronzer. Try not to blend down, just blend it across so that you don't lose the contour line. Okay, so that's my bronzer used as contouring, and that's enough for me for today. It's just a very casual look I'm going for. Now when it comes to blusher, the blush I wear depends on the lipstick I'm going to be using. So because it's just daytime and I want a very natural look, I'm going to go for a nice soft neutral lip. So I want my blusher to be quite soft. I don't want it to be too harsh. What shall I use today? I'll probably go for this one. This one is by Ziva and it's got 4 shades. And I'm going to go for that one with a little bit of that, because I'm torn between the two. I think that's too much for the daytime and that's too light for me, so I mix the two and I'll get a nice peachy pinky look. So I'll just put that, and I'll just put that on the top here. I don't go too far into the contouring, and I go just above the contouring. I think it's good when you're doing blusher to make sure your blusher blends in with the eyeshadow you used as well. So if you're going for, say, a green look or a blue look on the eyes, try to go for neutral blush and lips. Otherwise, I think you look a bit like a drag queen, just being honest. It just, to me, it doesn't look right. I think if you're going to do a really heavy eye, then do neutral everywhere else, just so that the eyes pop and they're the statement, and the rest is just blending in with that. Otherwise, it's just too much. I don't like it when there's too much going on. So there's the blush. Now, when it comes to the highlight, again, I don't follow the rules. I go for this one by MAC. I like this one because it's a lovely golden colour. It's a very sort of natural glowy look, so I like this one. And what I do with my highlighter, I don't do all this strobing stuff. I think it looks too fake. I think the whole point of a highlighter is just to put a bit of highlight on areas where the sun would catch your face. So on the tip of your nose, just there on your cheek where the sun would catch you, the light catches you, you just want a little bit. And even when I put that little bit there, I still blend it in. I see a lot of people doing all this stuff and it goes all the way up here, and it doesn't look, to me it doesn't look right. So I just put a little bit of a glow there. You can also dab a bit just below the brow to give you some highlight. With a blending brush, I would blend that in. Right, so now we're going to go on to the lip area, and I'm going for a nice neutral look on the lip. So I'm going to go for a lip liner pencil, and this is a, I think, nude pink. And I'm just going to go around the lip line. You can see. If you've got thin lips, you can go above the lip line and fill in. So I'm using this lip liner as my lipstick, and I'm just going to fill it in with a neutral colour in the centre. I'm going to use a nude colour, a very light colour lipstick on the inside. Like that. And that takes the tone down quite a lot. And on top of that, you could either put a lip gloss or anything else that you'd like to put on top. I'm going to go for this lip gloss today. It's a lovely pinky colour. It's called Shimmer Bomb Revolution. That one there. It's got a nice sort of glistening look to it. So I'm going to put this here, just on the inside. And that gives the lips a nice little sheen. So this is quite a nice dewy look. It's not overly made up. I could finish off now with a little bit of setting powder. This is my compact powder that I use. Obviously you use your own shade, and I just dab a brush in and I just pat just to make everything blend in nicely. There you go. So those are my tips for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, then please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up. That'd be brilliant. And hopefully next time I'll share some more makeup tips with you. See you soon. Bye.